السلام عليكم. Extreme Sports Unit 7 8th grade الصف الثامن. Grammar page 84 student book. Relative clauses. We use a relative clause to give extra information about nouns they modify. So our lesson will be about relative clauses, and we use this relative clause to give extra information معلومات إضافية about the nouns they modify حول الأسماء التي تصفها أو تتكلم عنها. They have the function of adjectives, يعني لها نفس دور الصفات. Why? Because they give information about the noun they modify. The relative clause goes immediately after the noun it relates to. So it's a place. Now we are going to know where is the place of this relative clause. It goes immediately after the noun it relates to. A relative pronoun is a pronoun that introduces a relative clause. So when we want to write a relative clause, we start with a relative pronoun. The relative pronouns are who, personal subject or personal object, people. So it comes after a person. When we talk about a person, like Fatima, like Ali, like Khalid, or my friend, and etc. And who comes as a subject or an object. Now let's see whom. Whom, personal object. This means that it comes in the place of a personal object. مفعول به. So the difference between who and who comes as a subject and object, and whom comes as an object. Which, non-personal subject or object. So here, which is different from who and different from whom because it comes after a non-personal subject or object for animals or things. Who, whom, which. That. We can replace who or whom or which by writing that or using that. Where, a place. Where it comes after a noun which indicates to a place. When comes after a noun that indicates to a time. Whose here is different from these relative pronouns. It comes to show a possessive belonging to people, animals, or things. Okay, so it comes to talk about possessive belonging to people or animals or things. Examples. This is the lesson that I like the most. So here you can see that the relative pronoun that comes after a noun, after the noun immediately. The man whose car is red is my uncle. Here we are using whose, and we are indicating that this car belongs to this man. An inventor is a person who can make new things. So we are talking about inventor, and he is a person, so we are using who. We are using who here because who comes as a subject. Amman is the place where I was born. Here we are talking about Amman, and Amman is a place, so we are using where. How to combine two different sentences with a relative pronoun. So here in this exercise we are trying to combine two different sentences by using a relative pronoun. I want to see the boy. He has a broken record. Before we answer, just try to pause this video and try to answer on your notebook. Then you can check your answers. Let's see the answer. I want to see the boy who has a broken record. Here we didn't use whose, where, when, and whom because we are talking about a boy and this boy is a person, and it comes as a subject. Amman is his hometown, he works there. So Amman is a place. So here, which one we use? Try to think before you answer. Okay, now let's answer. Let's see the answer. Amman is his hometown where he works. So here we used where? Where? My friend is kind. He always helps the poor. So my friend is kind. So we are talking about my friend. Try to think which one we will use in this sentence. Let's see the answer. My friend who always helps the poor is kind. Complete the sentences using who, whose, where, whom. Now here, we can see these sentences and try to think how we answer these sentences. Let's see sentence number 1. What's the name of the man whose car you borrowed? Now here we used whose to indicate that this car belongs to this man. A cemetery is a place where people are buried. So here we are talking about a place. A pacifist is a person who believes that all wars are wrong. We are talking about a person. An orphan is a child whose parents have passed away. So an orphan is a child. We are talking about a child. He's a person whose parents have passed away. The place where we spent our holiday was really beautiful. So here we are talking about a place. We used where. This school is only for children whose first language is not English. I don't know the name of the women to whom I spoke on the phone. So here we used whom, and we use it for a person which is an object. Join these sentences using who or that. So now here we try to join sentences by using who or that. Let's try to see these sentences. A girl was applauded for her performance. She is now a celebrity. A girl who is now a celebrity was applauded for her performance. Before you answer, try to write on your notebook. Then try to check your answer. A man answered the phone. He told me you were away. So a man answered the phone. He told me. So let's see the answer. First of all, try to write on your notebook. Then try to check your answer. A man who told me you were away answered the phone. A waitress served us. She was very impolite. So let's see the answer. A waitress who was very impolite served us. An ancient building finally collapsed. It has now been rebuilt. Here we are talking about building, not a person. So we will use that. And try to notice that these relative pronouns comes after a noun immediately. An ancient building that has now been rebuilt finally collapsed. Thank you. See you next lesson.